zum Morgen, Freitag, hat sich etwas die zigeunerische Komödie in Ganzen verspätigt. The next day, on Friday, the gypsy comedy began late. Moischeke und Zipke und Donke, Victors, seien geworden unruhig. Moischeke and Zipke and Victor's Donke became uneasy. Sie seien sich schon den ganzen nicht weggefahren. Perhaps they've gone away altogether. Moischeke is a viele gelaufen a Cookton a roof Schulgas. And Moischeke even went to look up the Schulgas. An ausgeworfene Tirche. It was a waste of time. Die Malpele is nicht da. The monkey was nowhere to be seen. In der Arumika Häuser haben sich da und dorten genommen Zinden Schabbesdicke Lichtlich. And in the houses around, here and there, they began to light the Shabbos candles. Ältere Mannsbillen in lange Paltens und mit zugekammte weiße Bart über die schwarze Latzen haben sich schon gelassen gehen in die 9. Batei Midrashim. Several men in long overcoats and with combed white beards over their black lapels already began to leave to go to the nearby study houses. Zum alten Beschmedres in der Kulturschule rein und zum Levaya Beschmedres. So they went to the old study hall, the cold shul, and also to the Beshmedres where the funerals started.
You think that's what that means? The Levaya?
I'm not sure.
Yeah.
Right.
But it's Levaya is a funeral.
Yeah,
So,
Levaya is a funeral.
Und die Zigeuner seien noch als nicht da. And the gypsies still hadn't arrived. Ingerlich von seitige Gesslich haben verlassen jede Hoffnung auf der heintiger Komödie und sie laufen sich heim. So the little boys from the side streets lost all hope for today's Commedia of the gypsies, and they went home. Geblieben seien nur die Kinder von Zavulek und Zipke von der Gegenüber. So there only remained the children from the Zavulek and Zipke from over the road. Their Heim is da auf ein Ort, haben sie sich nicht was zu eilen. Their homes were close by and they didn't have any reason to hurry. Gerade sind haben sich bewiesen bekannte Schottens in Eckgas. So at this moment, there appeared these recognized shadows at the end of the street. Die Zigeuner gehen. So the gypsies are coming. In der Vernachtigkeit sehen sie euch schwarzer und fremder wie allemal. And in the dusk, they looked blacker and more strange, more alien than usual. Und nicht in dreien kommen sie das mal an, nor in zweien. And there weren't three of them this time that arrived, there were only two of them. Die alte Machschefe mit der Malpelle auf a Kate und der junge Zigeuner mit der Katerinka auf dem Plätze. The two of them were the old witch with the monkey on a chain and the young gypsy with the organ on his shoulder. Die junge Tänzerke mit einem kurzen farbigen Kleidel ist das mal nicht toll. The young dancer with the short plaid dress this time was missing. Meile is nicht, so she wasn't there. Wird man sich heint begehen unbewusste Tanz auf einen verdriebten Teppichel. So that today they'd have to manage without the barefoot dancing on the patterned mat, carpet.
Lipton means patterned, or does it mean sort of tattered? I thought it means tattered.
Spattered.
Tattered.
Spattered.
As torn, yeah. Like
torn, yes.
Yeah.
Not in good shape.
Right, not in good shape.
Yeah. Der Iker is das Malpelle. The main thing was the little monkey. Und das Malpelle is da. And the monkey was present. Sitzt bei der alte Machschefe auf der Plätze und macht Hawaii's as she's am Chaya zu gucken. So it was sitting on the Machschefe's old shoulder and making faces that it was just wonderful to see. Die Kinder von Zavulek haben genommen tanzen verfreit. The children of the Zavulek began to dance in joy. Aha, schreit Moisheke, wie aber nummener. Ich will gesagt, sie wollen kommen. Aha, said Moisheke, like one possessed. I told you they would come. Zipke von der Gegenüber hat Aj genommen Patschen mit die Händlach. And Zipke from over the road began to clap her hands, her little hands. Aber bald nachdem haben sich die kindische Gesichter ausgezogen. But immediately after that, the childish faces of the children haben sich ausgezogen. They were drawn.
They fell. They were disappointed. Ausgezogen. They were disappointed. They fell.
Mhm. Okay. Sie haben der sehen, als die zwei schwarze Komödiantchikes klären a viele nicht zu praven a so spät Komödies. So they saw that the two black comedians didn't even think of playing games, playing these comedies. Ze stellen sich a viele nicht op. They don't even stop. They just carry on moving. Ze gehen vorbei dem Zavulek, überwaffendig sich mit etliche Wörter auf Zal Lesson, lachendig zu die Kinder mit weißen Zähnen. So they go past the Zavulek, throwing glances, several and a few words at one another in their language, laughing at the children with their white teeth. Es heißt, Comedius wild sich reich. So this means, meaning you want to play, you want comedies, aber uns will sich nicht, but we don't want. Die Zigeuner mit dem Schramm auf der Morde winkt a viele mit ein Aug. The gypsy with the scar on his chin even winked with one eye. Also lassen sie sich gehen weiter. Umdrehendig alleweile dem Kopf zu die Kinder, wie sie wollten sie eingeladen, noch zu gehen, Stillerheit, die Tates und Mamas sollen nicht sehen. And this is how they carried on going further, turning around every now and their heads every now and then towards the children, as if they were inviting them to follow them quietly, so that their mothers and fathers shouldn't see. Verkischeft und meuredig, gehendig von Ort dit Nues.
Neigerig.
Und neigerig. Verkischeft und meuredig neigerig von Ort dit Nues. Und winken und schmeicheln haben sich Moscheke und Zipke und Donke und noch ein paar Kinder genommen, noch schleppen, noch die Komianchikes. Und nicht alle zusammen, nur porlichweise, kedei keinem von die ältere Leute in Nacht, in Gas soll noch gehen, nicht auffallen. So enchanted and very, very curious about all of these movements and winks and smiles, Moisheke, Zipke, and Donke, and another few children began to follow after the komedianchikes, the gypsies. And not all of them together, but in pairs, so that none of the several people in the street should notice that they were following them. Sicherer seien die Kinder geworden ein bisschen weiter. Arop Schulgas, wo es heben sich an die große Gärtner und wo Durchgeher seien selten. So they were more certain when the children were more certain when they had gone a little further down the Schulgasse, where the gardens began and where there were less people passing by. Dorten haben sie alle umgejockt, die Zigeuner, und bei Campania genommen Weisen der Malpele die gute Sachen, was sie haben für ihr umgegreift. So there, they ran after the gypsies in a group, and they began to show the little monkey the good things that they had prepared for her. Stücklich Zucker, Semmeltjes gekochte Arbes. So bits of sugar, sunflower seeds, and cooked peas.
Maybe, because I prepared this section, so we'll go here now, me, excuse me, yeah?
Okay.
Okay, we're already almost 8. Na, bejonkele, na, nem, take, little monkey, take. Das Malpele bei der alten Machschefe auf dem Plätze ist geworden unruhig. The monkey on the back of the old witch became anxious, or anxious. Sie hat genommen Tänzeln und Pisken und Ziehen der horige Händler zu den Kindern. She began to dance and to make faces with her pisk, and she put out her hairy hands to the Kinder. Jedne reinguckendig, der alte Balabuste in the Augen, greedily looking into the eyes of the old, I don't know, what would you call the Balabuster? She's her Balabuster, her owner, her manager, in the eyes. Das heißt, du siehst doch, mit was man will mich da mechabed sein. You see what they're going to greet me with, what they're going to give me. Bleib stehen, stand still, old lady. Anstatt lassen sie herabspringen von Plätze, instead of allowing her to jump off of the shoulders, hat aber der Machschefer giftig a Schipper getun auf ihr Malpala mit dem Räuch von der Pipke. So instead of allowing the monkey to spring down, the old witch, horrible to think of her that way, sort of gave a very mean hiss with the smoke of her pipe. Relationship between them is very harsh. Kurz und grillzendig, angestrien euch hier und nur starke Verzeugendigkeit in Hand, also als das Malpele in der Reute Heiselach hat sich mehr nicht gekannt rühren von Ort. So instead of allowing her to move further, she gave this venomous spit with the smoke, and she very harshly pulled on and strongly pulled on the chain that she had in her hand. So the monkey in the red pants couldn't move anymore. It was constrained completely. Und bald, noch so Beselminne, hat die Machschefe umgedreht dem Kopf und honigdick zu zeugen dem schwarzen Mäul und sehen zu die noch gehendiger Kinder. And as immediately after she did this mean action to the monkey, after such a mean way, Mina, the Machashefa turned her head and in a very sweet way turned her black mouth and teeth to the children who were coming after her. Das hat gesollt bedeuten, als das Eusmusserin, Matrescheken, gehält sich mit die Kinder nicht an. This, and this, I don't know what the idiom, gehält sich mit die Kinder nicht an. I can sort of tell by the context what it means, but I don't know what the idiom means. That she's talking to the monkey and she's saying, don't listen to the children. But what is it? Gehält sich mit die Kinder nicht an. Don't listen to the children. Is that correct? Close enough, yeah?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. Ob sie willen, können sie noch gehen. If they want to, they can come with us further.
Follow.
They can follow. They can follow. When you wonder whether this whole thing was premeditated, the way it worked out. Und so Tage haben das die Kinder verstanden, and this is exactly what the children understood. Sie haben alles gehört. Als die Zigeuner wollen sich bald aufstellen und ein bisschen ein Spiel tun für sie. They had hopes that the gypsies would soon stop and play for them a little bit. Als nicht, wollt doch der Katharinschik nicht zugewunken mit ein Auge und die alte Zihakne wollt also nicht geschmeichelt. If that wasn't what was going, if they were not going to stop, the children thought, certainly then the organ player would not have winked with one eye, and the old gypsy would not have smiled so much. Men versteht sich, geläuft der Ebersteher, auf den Wunk, was weiter von die streng Tates und Mames. They understood, thanks God. I'm not sure what it means, geläufte. I mean, I know what it means, but what its place is here. That's what they understood about the wink. A little bit farther from the very strict parents. So the children seem to understand that they were willing to do something, but it had to be farther away from the strict parents. Nur ort is men schoin der Gangen zu dem Eckschulgas und die Zigeuner stellen sich noch als mit auf. But here they had come to the end of the Schulgas, the synagogue street, and the monk and the gypsies were still not stopping. A pustel old verwachsen mit Chobikwe und mit wilde Gras, spreizig du, a pustel, an empty earth, filled with, I thought Chobikwe is dill. Is that correct?
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And overgrown with
Overgrown with dill and with wild grasses spreads out here. The natuurlijke grens zwischen
Natuurlijke.
natürlicher, thank you, a natürlicher Grenz zwischen jüdische and goyische Häuser in Eckstoff, like a natural boundary between the Jewish and the non-Jewish homes and the edge of the town. So this is, they're already getting toward the end of the town. Die Kinder seien geworden unruhig. The children became disquiet or anxious.
Unruly.
Unruly?
Yes.
Okay.
Unruly.
Unruhig, yes, like not still. Yeah, unruly. Und Moscheke, der Anführer von Chevra Kinder, hat sich genommen Betten auf gebrochenem Loschen. And our fine little Mosheke, the leader of this group of children, began to ask in a broken Loshen, Zet, a bissele, comedia. And he said, Zet, like stop, just give us a little comedy. Der junge Zigeuner hat etwas auf Burke getan zu der alten Machschefe. The young gypsy, the one with the scar face, gave a shout or a growl to the old witch. Jene hat gleich a Reus gehabt, die Pipke von Meul, den genommen reden, Honigdick, noch machen dich a gutinke Bobitze on scene. So he speaks to the old witch, and the old witch had immediately taken out her pipe from her mouth, and she began to speak again, that same word, honigdick, sweetly, as though she was a good savta, a good grandmother without teeth.
Imitating a good grandmother, noch machen.
Imitating a good grandmother, some grandmother. Ni, tutoshki, tatoshki. I don't know what that means. She's saying something. Das heißt, nicht du, nor dorten. That is to say, not here, but over there. Und angewiesen irgendwo hinteren Postenort, dorten wo es zieht dich weg, schittere goyische Geske, and shown somewhere behind this empty land there, where there is there become the goyish, the non-Jewish alleys, the non-Jewish goyish alleyways.
The spas.
The
Shittere.
The shittere, the non, yes. The Sumnigkeit von der goyische Stiebel und der freiliche Schabbesdicke Licht in die jüdische haben sich geampelt auf beide Seiten von wild erwachsenem Platz. So the Sumnigkeit, the sadness, the sadness of the non-Jewish homes and the happiness of the Jewish homes was on both sides of this place, was geampelt. Geampelt is to it's like there was a struggle, geampelt, over the two sides. It was like there was a struggle between the two sides, and these children were going into the not in the Sumnikkeit. Or maybe I'll just finish this one paragraph and that's the end, and then we'll go to bed. Okay. Es hat sich nicht geglust, übel zu treten, dem dosigen Grenitz. It wasn't, it didn't tempt to cross over this boundary. A weggehen von der Heimischkeit in der Fremdkeit rein, to pass over from the hominess into the strangeness, haben Tage a paar Kinder genommen abstehen. So as a result, some children began to stop. Umgeguckt sich mit weitig und Herzen nach der Malpele und weg zurückgehängt. So they looked with sadness in the hearts. They looked at the little monkey who was such a temptation, and they went home. Geblieben is nur Moscheke, der Anführer, und Zipkele, sein Chaverterin. Moscheke, the leader, and Zipke, his girlfriend. I mean, how can you say that at this age? Welche hat genommen unter sein Schutz und angeteilt mit sein Chavrekheit, who he took under his protection and ongelteit, I don't know what that word means, with his bravery. What did he?
And he shared, ungeteilt, shared.
I didn't hear you.
Shared.
Shared.
Oh, I didn't hear you again, sorry.
Shared.
Shared? Oh, shared his bravery. Äußerdem Donkel sein Freundel, welcher hat sich noch geschämt zu entlaufen. Aside from these two, remained only Danke, his friend, who was ashamed to run away. Aber euch hat genommen abstehen. Ein Drittel for voice und zwei zurück. But even he began to stand off, to stop. He put one foot forward and two back. So there you have it. They've been tempted out.
Then, als die Kinder haben verloren, dem Zutreu zu sehen, as the children saw that they lost their connection to them, haben die Zigeuner genommen gehen Pamelache. So the gypsies started going slower. Eine Regel haben sie sich viele abgestellt. They even stopped for a moment. Und die alte Machschäfer hat zugelassen die Kinder zu der Malpille, and the old witch even allowed the children to get closer to the monkey. Verschlingendig sich von Glück und überschlagendig einer dem Zweiten, haben Meischige und Zipke und Danke genommen, Stuppen in die haarige Händler von einem verscholtenen Menschle, als was sie haben mit sich mitgenommen. Just let me get back. So excited as they were for their luck, and interrupting one to the other, Maishika and Sipka and Danka started giving the hairy monkey in his hands all of the Fasholten and Menschele is the monkey. Everything that they brought with them, all the trees that they brought with them. The Malpele hat gehabt und gesteckt in die Hauttabele und die Kinder haben gequitscht. The monkey gripped and it started to light. In vrijelijken Tummel hat sich afvillig die alte Zigeunerke, der leicht a Glätze tan mit zwei schwarze Finger Zipkes Beckel. And in all this happy noise, even the old gypsy allowed herself to give Tipka two fingers, two black fingers on her cheek.
A caress. She allowed herself to caress her cheek.
To see the Honigdick, die schwarze Lippen.
That's the third time she did it, Honigdick.
She started laughing, and then she see the Honigdick, die schwarze Lippen, and she started getting ready to speak with her honey in a sweet way through her black lips. Äppele meine. Und der junge Zigeuner mit dem Schramm schackelt zu mit seinem Kutscheradenkopf, and the young gypsy with the scar also agreed with his Kutscheraden, with his head.
Curly.
With his curly head. Karash, Shahi, Karash. I don't have the.
Yeah, it says Ashena Mädel, Ashena.
Thank you. Wil euch zuschmeicheln, wie die Alte nach kommt bei ihm raus a pricke Miene. He also wants to smile like the old gypsy, but it doesn't come out of his mouth.
No, it comes out. It looks disagreeable on him. He can't put on the show that the Machashefa can put on. I think that's the point. She can put on the Honigdicke show, but he can't.
Having Russell mit Honig, die Kinder spitzen sich an.
I love that expression, herring Russell mit Honig. We can't miss that.
Right. And the children spitzen sich an. I don't think the children understand. I can't translate that.
They prick up their ears.
Yeah, but herring Russell mit Honig, like herring Russell is that vegetable, isn't it? That vegetable that's
grated beetroot.
Beetroot, a sort of
Grated beetroot.
Yeah, sort of a sour thing. herring Russell, so a sour beetroot with herring with honey. He tries to make the sweet sounds of the machashefa, but he can't. It's herring Russell with honey.
Fellendick upon him,
Where was it? Ja. Wollen die Kaponim verglätten dem schlechten Eindruck, führt die Alte über ihre schwarze Finger auf Donkesbeckel. As if she wants to cover up the bad impression. The old woman is passing her black fingers on Donkey's cheek. Dein Schwester, fragt sie schleimig und guckte mir in die Augen. Oh, this is your sister, and she's asking slimily, and she looks.
Schleimig süß, schleimig süß. Slimily sweet.
Slimy.
This.
Okay. Okay, slimily is that's right. Sweet. Slimily sweet. Thank you. And she looks him in the eyes. Nee, tritt Donkey auf zurück. No, Donkey is stepping back. Nicht deine, wundert sich die Alte, not yours. Trying to befriend them, ja. Ihre glättendicke Finger bleiben hängen in der Luft. Her caressing fingers remain hanging in the air. No bald lossi sie wieder herab auf Zipken, but soon she puts them again onto Zipke. Those small of Zipke's scalpel. Now, this time, she's putting her fingers on Zipke's head. Willst a glätton matrashke? Do you want to caress the monkey? That's the name of the monkey. Nein, ruft sich Zipke ab und behält sich hinter Moscheke in der Chavarl. No, Zipke is moving backward, and she hides herself behind Moscheke, her little friend. Kennt sie a Glätton, sucht die Alte noch mit Größe, a bisschen zu große Augen. Oh, you can caress her, says the old woman, and even with bigger, even too big eyes. Karosh Matreshka schockelt zu der Zigeuner mit seinem kutscheraven Kopf. Now he's repeating that Karosh means caress.
No. It means it's on the bottom here. Matreshka is.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
The monkey is a good, but you know, the word glet appears again. The way he's done this throughout the book, one word will dominate a section. And this is glet.
Okay. Thank you. So he says, okay, Matrashka is good. Schockelt zu der Zigeuner mit seinem kutscheraven Kopf. He's shaking his curly head, the gypsy. Sein scheuener Kapeluschel mit dem abgerissenen Rand schockelt sich mit. His straw hat with the the torn brim
Mhm.
is shaking with him, as he is shaking. Die Alte nimmt heraus von der Käschene a paar Waldnisselach. The old woman is taking out of a pocket a couple of like forest nuts. Hast schon gesehen, steht sie zu Zipken, wie Matreschka knackt Nislach? Na, gib ihr, wirst du sehen. Did you see? She says, how? She says to Zipke, how the monkey breaks up nuts. Maybe you have a better expression in English for to
Cracks.
to crack. Thank you. Yeah, my English class. Yeah,
Not
correct.
Nisla.
No, yeah, no. Na, gib ihr, wirst du sehen. Here, give her so you'll see. Mit sicherer Händel nimmt uns Sipke die Pornislach und der langt sie eins noch eins der Bujankele. So with an unsure hands, with an unsure little hand, Sipke is taking the few nuts and she gives them one after the other to the monkey. The land serves them to the monkey. Jene gabt zu Jedne mit der zitterdicker Heuke Lapke, ze knackt sie flink und unruhig. This one, the monkey grabs them greedily with her hairy limb. Okay, and she cracks them swiftly and not calmly. Via verjochten Schomele, like a soul that is being chased after. Schlungt sie Gicho Arop in die Halstorbalach und guckt an die Kinder mit zertrogene menschliche Egelach. She swallows them down in the throat pockets, and she looks at the children with eyes that are, I would say, exhausted,
Distracted.
Zertrogene.
Okay. Thank you. Moisheke und Donke.
Do you think there's any, the idea that the monkey is a kind of a person in confinement? That's
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
Is there something there, or is it just nothing?
Yeah, this is how I think now that I'm reading and rereading this.
Like a captured soul.
Yeah, I think that the role of the monkey here is to show the reader what it's like to be captive at the hands of the gypsies. The fact it's a monkey, it's a Farscholten, and mentally it's a cursed human being, and she really has, she's very human-like, and at one time the monkey was not captured. The monkey was in the wild. She was free, and now she is chained. And also we saw like a few pages ago, in order to make her function in the show, the Machashefe Gitter Ashma, she hits her. You see,
The chain.
yeah, and with a chain. Yeah, twice I saw that. So there is, I think, that this is a preparation to what is coming to somebody who might fall into the gypsy's hands.
Mm.
This is how I see it now.
Mhm.
That okay?
Mm.
Too terrible.
Huh?
Too terrible. Too
Too
terrible.
terrible to think about it. Yeah. Yeah,
Too
I know.
terrible.
I know. I can't, but I cannot think about it, but I cannot not think about it either.
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
yeah. Anyway, Yanke, cetrogene, how is this cetrogene? You say distracted. Cetrogene comes from trogen.
Mhm.
So trogen is to carry. That's why I thought it could be exhausted. Cetrogene, ze haben das ze haben eine Sache getrogen, die Egelach. That's how I see it. Am I right or am I wrong?
Exhausted.
I saw it in my dictionary as one of the possibilities was distracted.
Yeah.
I know, I
But
know,
maybe
but yeah,
Yeah.
go ahead.
also in the dictionary, the idea of overwhelmed, upset.
Yeah,
like
it's a, yeah,
too
yeah,
much,
that
too
sounds,
much. See Phil.
yeah. Yankev,
Mm.
with all due respect,
Yeah.
I like Nechama's interpretation better.
No, but there's something here because it carries along the idea of the monkey as an exploited,
Yeah.
very beaten down
Yeah.
soul, a
Oh,
mensch,
yeah,
a
and I agree with Nechama, and you can see it through her eyes. She,
Mhm.
you know, she leckt nicht in Honig, you know, she is not leaking honey. She is suffering through
No.
that kind of lifestyle.
Oh, lifestyle. What a lifestyle.
Okay, yeah. Moishike und Donke gucken on die Szenele und seinen Zipken Mekane. Moishike and Donke are looking at this little scene and they are envious of Zipke. Yeah, she's getting so many privileges here to go to the monkey. Die alte Zihanke filled upon in their hearts. The old gypsy apparently feels, it reads their mind or feels their heart. She feels how they feel. She's aware of their jealousy of Zipke. Warum sie habt der Reus von Kledel noch apon islach und gibt sie euch, because she takes out of her dress a few more nuts and she gives them to them also. So they shouldn't feel discriminated. They shouldn't envy Zipke. To each one of them, she's giving a nut for Matreshkin, here, for the Egypt, for the monkey. Die glückliche Chederinglach strecken euch die Hände, jeder einer mit sein Nissel. The happy Cheder boys, Cheder students, they're stretching their hand, and each one of them, they're stretching out their hand, each one of them with his nut. Nordo rühren sich beide gute Zigeuner von Ort und lassen sich gehen. Only here, the two good gypsies, they're good. Why are they good now? Because they gave nuts. They gave them more privileges to the kids. So now the two good gypsies are starting to move out of their place, and they start walking. Das Malpele bei der Alter auf der Plätze will der Chappen an Nissel und Kenneth. The monkey who's now on the shoulder of the old woman, she wants to grab a nut and she cannot do that. Zu kurz seien die ausgestreckte Händler. Why can't she do it? Because the hands of the hands that were stretched out, or the hands of the children, are too short for her to be able to grab the nuts out of those hands. Und die Kinder gehen noch und bemerken a viele nicht, wie sie seinen tief in der goyischen Gessel. Und Schabbeslicht mit früh vermachte Teuerlach und mit Gedicht abgezäumte Gärtelach. So the children, they are following the gypsies, and they don't even notice how they are now deep into the Goyish street, the non-Jewish street that has no, this is Friday night now, with no Shabbos candles, and with gates or doors that are already closed early, and with thick and fenced gardens.
It's blood curdling. It's blood curdling, isn't it?
It's terrible. Now, see, this is what the gypsies did. They pulled them in out of the Jewish neighborhood. And with the sweet talk, and they letting them give nuts to the monkey, and all those privileges that they gave, and they keep walking. They walking, and the children don't even notice where they're going. They just they lose it.
Does it remind you at all of the story of Hansel and Gretel, and the idea of, you know, children getting lost in the woods, and the woods so forbidding and frightening? Yeah.
A versparter Hund. Now, to add to the atmosphere, to add to this frightening atmosphere, right?
Yeah.
I get scared. I'm scared now that we're reading this. I'm scared every day. Ja, a versparter Hund geht ergens wo a Bill hinter a niedrigen Teuer. A locked up dog barks somewhere behind a low gate. And the frightened donkey, he's smart. The frightened donkey all at one time stays. He stops all at once. He doesn't continue walking with the other two. Okay.
Oi, oi, macht große Augen. Sehr, Moscheke. Es ist spät, komm zurück. So, oi, Moshe, Donke says with frightened eyes, look, Moscheke, it's getting late, let's go back. Die Gruppe Kinder guckt sich und sieht, als sie schon in Eck von der Goische Geske. So the group of kids, of children, look around and they notice, they see that they are at the edge of the non-Jewish alleyway.
So they've already gone through. They've gone through the Jewish neighborhood and the non-Jewish neighborhood, and now they're even beyond that. The Goyish again.
They're deep in. That means they're deep in.
Deep in, yeah. The non-Jewish neighborhood. Die Spitzen von die Orsche Bremlich grinnen sie erkegen mit sehr gefarbten Blech. So the corners of the Orsche Bremlich. This is
remember we never figured out what that was.
Yeah, but it's something it's the road to Orsh, I think, is opposite them with their painted tin walls, perhaps. Moisheke tut a tiapke in Herzen, and Moisheke, his heart throbs, his heart almost skips a beat. Nor is schon gewohnt zu spielen, der Chwat. Passt ihm nicht herauszuweisen sein verteilte Schrecklichkeit. So he is already, he's so used to playing the cheerful fellow that it's past him nicht.
Doesn't
he
suit
can't
him.
allow
It's
himself to
It's
show.
It's beneath him.
Yeah,
It doesn't suit him. Passt nicht. It doesn't suit him.
it doesn't suit him to show his fear.
Yeah.
Befrattert sind, wenn sah scheinige Mädele wie Zipke, tulliert sich zu ihm und gleibt in seinen Schutz. Especially now that this very pretty little girl, Zipke, is drawn to him, and she believes in his protection. Adarabba, kedei sie zu beruhigen, zergrabbert sich noch mehr. On the contrary, in order to show his boldness, he tries to calm her even more. Chi, macht unweisendig mit ein Finger auf ein abgestandenem Dunkeln. Seh, Zipke, seh, hat meira. So he laughs and pointing a finger at at Donker, who has removed himself, has gone backwards.
Apart.
Yeah. Look, Zipke, he's afraid. Chi, macht Zipke noch ihr Freundl. Gott, das Herz zittert bei ihr. Seh, hat meira. So she also laughs together with her friend, even though in her heart, she's trembling. Look, he's afraid. Donker werd rood wie fire. Donker blushes red as fire. Es glust sich ihm, euch zu spielen dem Chwat, vor der schönige Mädele, mit die rote Krellen auf den Halsen, auf den Hälsel, nur die Sumdigkeit in Eckstadt is starker. He wants to also to play this cheerful guy for the pretty little girl with the red beads around her neck. But the gloominess of this distant part of the town is even stronger. Wackelt noch ein Regele und plötzlich zerkrimmt sich sein blasser Pinnemel wie von Azoirs. He hesitates another moment, and suddenly his pale face
grimaces, twists up.
Yeah, grimaces.
Grimaces.
As if he's eaten something very sour. Ichel hebt on zu stammelen und verendigt and entschlossener. So he begins to stammer and ends with it's like a decision. Ich will nicht gehen. I won't go away. Und nicht opwarfen die Moschekes entfer, dreht sich und macht fies zurück zu der Schulgas. And not waiting for Moscheke's answer, he turns around and he runs away. Back.
Makes feet, mach fies.
Yeah, he runs away.
Mach fies, he runs away. He
Yeah.
runs away. He's so lucky and smart.
Yeah.
See, yeah, it pays to be cautious.
Yeah.
See, it pays to be cautious. And Mosheke is not, Mosheke just goes on and on.
No, it pays not to get caught up in the emotion of the moment. It pays
Absolutely,
to,
yeah.
Yeah, that's the
Yeah.
problem with Mosheke. He's unbridled. He's wild. He's a wild thing.
Yeah. Oy vey. Yeah.
Okay.
Oy vey.
Oy vey.
So-
Yeah.
He runs back to the Schulgas. Moisheken nimmt on a kindische Geschick noch zu tun sein der schrockenem Chavero, nor hält sich ein, sich allein auf zu lahachis. So Moisheke also wants to follow his fearful friend, but he stops himself despite himself. Die falsche Chrabrigkeit halt him up. This false bravado stops him. Donke, schreit noch dem Entlaufenen. Und dabei bleibt es. He calls
May I ask you? I'm sorry. Yeah, go ahead.
He calls after him his name, Donke, and after this one, the little boy who's run away, and it remains like that.
Sorry, I interrupted you. Where you read is off. You
Sich
said
allein.
after lehachis. don't you read it in Yiddish of Zuloches?
Avtzeloches, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and you read it.
Like-
You read it like Hebrew.
like Hebrew, yes, correct.
But is
yeah,
it, does it mean,
yeah, I know.
does it mean like zich alleen to lahachas, to like to make himself,
To
in
spite of
to
himself.
hurt himself,
In
to
spite
hurt
of
Despite
himself.
himself. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
in
thank
spite
you.
of himself.
Yeah. So now I
Yeah.
know how to spell Avtzuloches. I never knew.
Ja.
Thank you. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Donke Greta viele dem Kopf nicht und in sein Hastiglauf, Donke doesn't even turn around, his head around to look back in his hurried running away. Nicht willendig habt Moischeke und Zipkelen beim Händel und halt sie fester und warmer leben sich. So, nicht willendig, even
Almost not willingly, like just instinctively.
instinctively,
Yeah,
instinctively,
yeah.
Moisheke grabs Zipkele's little hand even tighter, and warmer and warmer next to him. Seine blaue Augen gucken forschendig die zwei schmeichelnden dicke Zigeuner. His blue eyes look inquiringly at the smiling gypsies. Nor die alte Machschefe lost ihm kein Minutkele nicht betrachten sich. But the old witch doesn't allow him even for a moment to consider what's going on.
She is so instinctive, this woman. She
Yeah.
is so instinctive.
Ja. Sie trug ihm unter das rierfdicke Malpele unterens Samenos und zit machayedik sis onweisendig auf an Ärger wo gornoend. Ergens wo gornoend. So she sie trug ihm unter. She almost places the monkey under his nose,
Mhm.
and with a sickly sweetness shows him somewhere closer. Tutochki, and I don't know what that means.
Well,
Doesn't matter.
Dear,
get closer, kid. Get closer. Stay close to us. We're your friends.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
We're your friends.
Taka.
That is right.
Und lässt sich weitergehen and allows them to, and carries on so. Der Zigeuner mit dem Schramm auf der Morde schockelt zu mit dem Kutscheravenkopf. The gypsy with the scar on his chin shakes his curly head. Macht mit einer Hand gich, Punkt wie wollt gedreht a Katerinka.
Uh-huh.
So he moves his hand as if he were turning the organ. Choć die emisse Katerinka is im verworfen auf den Rücken. even though the real organ is was thrown over his shoulder, on his back. Das darf bedeuten, als ot bald wird sich aufstellen und euch spielen die Kinder Episazoins als selchens. Haklau nur ein bisschen weiter. And this meant, it would seem, it meant that he was soon to stop and to play something for the children. In short, just a little bit further to go. Moisheke und Zipkele treten rüber dem Grenz von Stott, zwischen beide gemäuerte Bremlech. Und die Weitkeit von Feld entblickt sich sei wie durch ein weggezogenem Verhang. So Moisheke and Zipkele cross over the border of the town between the two built up planks.
I don't understand this
Yeah,
sentence.
I must say.
I mean, I know that we're outside the city. I know that they're entering into sort of the complete nature. But I had such trouble getting through those sentences. And I
Yeah.
know he's presenting this fabulous atmosphere, and it bothers me that I can't get it, but all right.
But they're in the Goyishke area.
Yes.
And
No, they're even beyond that. They're
Beyond,
into
yes.
wildness. They're into
That's right,
into
yeah.
the wildness now.
So it's this gemäuerte Brimlech, the edge of the town, and the distance, the Weitkeit von Feld, and the farness of the field stretches out in front of them, like a pulled back curtain.
I don't get his image. I want.
I don't know what he had in mind either.
Yeah.
Does it matter?
No, but it's
Okay.
beautiful, I'm sure.
Yeah.
That's what bothers me.
So
Okay.
what I
Now
think
it gets easier.
what I think it means is that for the children who have never been in this area before,
Mhm.
it's like pulling back a curtain and opening it up in front of them.
Ah,
Okay,
well, the
good.
forehand,
Thank you.
yes.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay,
That's nice.
Yeah.
That's nice.
They discover something new. Yeah.
something new,
Yeah.
yes.
Yeah, right. Okay.
An ossiendicke kille Reutkeit spreizt sich in Eckhimmel noch der vergangene Sonne. An autumn coolish redness spreads out in the edge of the sky after this setting sun. Die Spitzen von einem weiten Wald seien noch begildet und von sehr zusammengeschlossenen Stammen leuert schon die Nacht wie a Beriche. The edges of the distant forest are gilded by the zusammengegossene Stammen, these The stammen are the trunks of the trees, perhaps, which seem to be poured together, crouching in the in the night, like a.
No, I think the idea is
Yeah.
that the night is already waiting, that the loyalty shoin de nacht, the aberge, and this is the most terrifying, that what's ahead of them is the night, and the night is waiting for them.
It's crouching like a
It's
bear.
and the night, yes, the night, the strangeness is waiting for them, like the aberge.
Yeah, like a bear.
Like a bear waiting for them.
Yeah,
And just like the night.
Waiting
Why
for
like a female bear, a berge, no?
Yeah. A
Yeah.
female bear.
Oh, don't get feminist on us, please.
Yeah,
It's a bear.
yeah.
The idea is it's evil. It's evil.
It's evil. It's evil, yes.
Yeah.
It's evil. Don't get feminist.
Women are worse always. So.
Excuse me. We want to finish this section. I know Marsha
Okay.
wants to close it.
Okay.
Die kindische Herrscher verquetschen sich und sehr Giche trittlich verlieren sehr Sicherheit. The childish hearts are verquetschen sich. They are
Squeezed or
they're
farfetched.
frightened. They're very frightened.
Oh,
And
yeah.
their quick steps lose their sureness.
Mhm.
Nor der Zigeuner, der fehlt das bald. But the gypsy, he notices this immediately. Zieht herab die Katerinke von Plätze und lässt sie hängen auf dem Bauch. So he takes off the organ from his shoulder and he hangs it above his belly. Beugt sich aus mit dem Rücken auf zurück unter ihr Masse, and he bends his back backwards under the weight of the Katerinka. Nor strengt sich an und spielt gehendig, but he stretches out and he plays as he walks along. A gelastre von freiliche und häserige Tenor zertanzen sich in der Sumnigkeit von Feld. A gelastre,
It's like a group.
a group of
in the 1920s in Poland, the poets who, the Haliastra, they were the wild group, a wildness, the Haliastra.
okay, of happy and hoarse tones, dance in the gloominess of the veld. Das zertummelt Moscheke nazoi, as weist nicht auf was für a Welt is. This confuses Moscheke to the extent that he doesn't know where he is in the world. Die behaltene Meure für der Weitkeit und zerhulierte Tenor von der Katerinka mischen sich in ihm zusammen. The hidden fear and the distance
For the distance, because of the distance.
Yeah,
Far.
because of the distance and the raucous tones of the organ, they get mixed up in him together. Drückt noch besser Zipkes Händel in seine Hand und geht noch wie ein Vercholmter. And he presses harder Zipke's little hand in his hand, and he continues to walk like as if in a dream.